And they're back. Here they are. Right away. There's some heavy cuddling going on, so Vince and Morgan are fine. Ava will. I heard Kelly. Morgan seems upset. Hey, there's Ashley. So Keanu, Lauren, Rachel. I mean, I don't think Morgan would be upset about Keanu. If you refresh the Patreon page, it'll hopefully be up. Patreon, let me know if you can hear it. Cannot hear it. Let me know if you hear it now. Yeah, I mean, Ava definitely seems upset, which could be Lauren. Tim, thank you for the $2. Morgan would be upset about Lauren, though. I don't think she'd be that upset about Rachel, though. But like, why would we be unhappy with Lauren, or just unhappy with it in general? K Bugs, thank you. If I don't win veto, she's on the block. Morgan's on the block. Why is Morgan on the block? Who puts Morgan on the block? Kelly? Lauren? No sound still. That's unfortunate. Let me know if it's changed. Still nothing. About her. Lauren. Lauren. Lauren nominated her. Did you say after Keanu goes? Instead of him. Yeah, I mean, Hamster Watch tweeted Rachel's gone.
minutes, and then I know.
Why can't why aren't the feeds working? I mean, I haven't seen full confirmation, but if Hamster Watch is saying it, I'm assuming. What if I try? Patreon, you hear this? Still no. I must have chose the wrong. Ashley, Will, and Morgan on the block. Lauren claiming she's going to backdoor Keanu. Yeah, Sharon tweeted. I think it seems pretty clear at this point. We know Lauren's HOH. The only other person we haven't seen is Keanu. Both Hamster Watch and Sharon tweeting it's Rachel. And yeah, current nominations are seemingly Ashley, Will, Morgan. I mean, It's genuinely just so stupid. I mean, we don't even know for sure. I mean, basically, Hamster Watch said that it happened without her being nominated or voted out. Which essentially seems to be implying the reindeer games thing. But who knows? That's so stupid. Ashley, thank you for the 5. Is this a split or was that one night all on one house back to normal? Yeah, I think it sounds like it just happened that night, last night, and then they had an HOH and they've already done noms. So they basically just had the fees off for no reason. What if she's in the DR production? She's messing with us? Well, it's not production. I think it's Sharon and Hamster Wash. The sound is worse on, yeah, something's going on with the Patreon. Let me, if the Patreon stream will give me a moment, let me try to restart the stream and see if I can fix the audio. Yeah, there's Keanu. The picture was gray. That's so stupid. Rachel was sacrificed, they're saying. Like, what does that mean? Patreon stream is back up. Let me know. First, let me know if you hear me. And if the audio sound is much better. Okay, let me try. Can you hear? Perfect. All right, so that fixed it. I mean, this is like, at best, the triple eviction, but so much worse. Literally, the entire season has been Rachel avoiding the block. When will people take a shot at Rachel? And then it's just over. It's just like, it's so stupid. Why are they so bad at this? Like, genuinely, what is wrong with them? I mentioned this earlier. Like, the idea that somebody's going to be eliminated from the game 60 days in without even being voted out is absurd, regardless of who it is. I don't care if you hate the person. The whole point of the show is that you get to watch that person get voted out. But for it to be Rachel, who literally the entire season has been built on, the entire season has been week after week. Will it finally be Rachel's time for her to just not even be nominated, not even be voted out? You would at least hope that it's like, you know, because that's the thing. It's like we still don't know exactly what the mechanism was, but like, Colin, thank you for the $10. And another 10 from Lisa, another streamer guessing maybe Michael White is the mastermind. I don't even, who is that? Oh, Mike White. This is now the close up of the grayed out picture. Wait, we lost the feeds? I wonder if it's struggling to share the stereo audio maybe? Sorry, I'm talking about my stream on Patreon. Martha with $10. I'm so mad. Don't even know what to do with myself. Do I quit Big Brother? Sophia, done watching the Rachel Gone, but appreciate the coverage. Listen, I appreciate you guys. Month of Madness. Jennifer, thank you for the 100. So if I do this. Stay hydrated. Thank you for the 5. Gifted.
Wow, a 5!
TCM with $5. After writing my book and looking at Big Brother's history, is this the dumbest thing production's ever done? It's not the dumbest thing they've ever done. Julia, thank you for another 5 gifted.
Wow, another 5!
It's hard to be celebratory, but I appreciate it. I mean, I tweeted this out. I mean, first of all, we still don't know exactly how it happened. But given how it seems like it happened, it's got to be one of the worst twists they've ever had. It's just there's no world where this is ever a satisfying thing that just happened. There's just no world. Like, why would they ever think this is a good idea? Us, thank you for the second month. How does this change the state of the house? It depends on what Lauren's actually doing. Ashley and Ava both seem to think that there might be a Keanu backdoor in the works, which would be significant. If there's not, then it just means that they're all screwed. Michael N, thank you for the $5. Yeah, I mean, if the Keanu backdoor doesn't happen, then it's just Lauren, Kelly, Keanu. Like, depending on who leaves. I guess if Morgan left, it would be Morgan, Kelly, Keanu. If Morgan stays, she's still in it. Or Lauren, Kelly, Keanu, I mean. Salted, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. Rhonda, thank you for the $3. Jackie, thank you for the $20. Do I know how then Big Brother Australia with feet start? When Big Brother Australia with feet starts? I actually don't. I don't know. But thank you for the $20. Solo Angel with $2. Can we have a Rachel funeral? Heather, thank you for the 9th month. I mean, like, genuinely, AZ, thank you for the 10 gifted subs.
10!
Yes, it's $5. Somehow Tyler's still winning Big Brother 3 years later.
10! Hey, 10!
Jimmy with another
Wow,
5.
another 5.
ML Brules with a subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. Colin with $10. Thank you. If Vince the Whining Worm somehow gets to the final, goes before the final 3, I'll send you another 50. All right, I'll hold you to that. Alexander with $5. Maybe this was an optional twist if the accomplice was not discovered, and it does not affect the boot order in the episodes. You mean like dedicated specifically to Rachel? I very much doubt it. Greg with $2. Only an intern could come up with an idea like this. US, thank you for the 6 months in advance. Thank you so much. Especially at this time. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying, you know, on the roundtables that like this is obviously something that like they do things that kill the season so often. This season had really gone past the level that most seasons do in terms of like, first of all, the ratings have been up, like viewership wise. People have been happier with the season for longer than normal. So of course they were like, wait, we're supposed to have screwed this up by now. Why haven't we made that happen? Maybe she's in the White Locust Hotel until the next person is evicted. I mean, maybe. I mean, they have her picture grayed out. I believe. Let me just look at the tweet again. I'm pretty sure Hamster Watch said somebody went to jury. Rachel's gone to jury, Hamster Watch said. And Sharon is certainly talking about about it as if it's final. But I like I said, I literally like I was supposed to have a meeting with my marketing team for the book, and they needed to reschedule. And I literally told my agent, I was like, we're gonna run out of time. Like, people are gonna stop watching my podcasts because I'm telling you, viewership drops significantly very often, and I know there's like special episodes coming up, and I'm really expecting that people are going to stop caring. So if we want to like do some final marketing pushes, we need to start now. I did not expect it to be this bad. I could not imagine it would be this bad. Like, I was expecting like a triple eviction where maybe Rachel leaves, and that would have been awful because we wouldn't have gotten a week of people turning on Rachel and her fighting and all of the stuff. Um, but this is so much worse. Like they've somehow managed to be even worse. Slow mode is on for YouTube. We can try to slow it down more. It's 30 seconds at the moment. And of course, like as per usual, it was accompanied by the feeds being down for like, you know, a full 24 hours. Um and a big gap in the episodes. And the episodes is not their fault. That's just due to scheduling, but like it's like they genuinely don't want people to be happy about their season. Like cuz like here's the thing. With Lauren winning HOH, she was going to nominate Rachel. She was going to nominate Rachel. Very likely. There would have been a huge push. Feeds it back. Bald guy, thank you for the 5. Yeah, Kelly's literally like just skipping. Thuo, thank you for the $2. The fact that Keanu and Kelly are still here, being house targets for more than half the game on the block, and Rachel, who was never once nominated, never had a single vote cast against her, is gone. What the fuck are we doing here? This is not Big Brother. That's just that. I'm sorry, that's not Big Brother. This is a different show. This is a different show. And it's not a good one. Ashley, am I the only team Keanu? I mean, literally, like the only thing to hope for is that like it happened in a good way. You know what I mean? That like I hope it's because like somebody like Keanu like targeted her or something. You know what I mean? Some kind of culmination to her story. Like it was some game move and it wasn't just, you know, like, oh, I slipped on a balance beam. You know what I mean? I don't think they said sacrificed herself. I think they said that she was sacrificed. Keanu said, I didn't want to beat them. I wanted to beat you. So he's pissed that she's gone. Suri feeling all over again. Wouldn't be upset if she quit because production deserves that now. This is not a twist, it's a spiral. I have not seen Chat BCC. We still haven't heard anything about what happened, as far as I'm aware. Alumni in Chat BCC are pissed. I mean, they should be. Feels like a bait and switch. Maybe there's more to the twist than we know. Delusional dreaming. I mean, the thing about that is that, like, they obviously need to get rid of people. So I don't know. Like, there's no way that they're going to bring somebody back, right? Like, season is over. It's just, I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I just feel like it's pretty simple. They don't think the live feeds are on. Well, they weren't. They think they're trying to hide information about Rachel being gone. I mean, that was true until 40 minutes ago. 40 minutes ago? Holy shit. We've been talking for 40 minutes? Sorry, what I was saying was, I feel like it's pretty simple. The entire structure of the show is built on social strategy, being voted out, Like, it's literally not reindeer games. Like, we're literally not playing reindeer games. I mean, genuinely, if I were Rachel, I would probably leave the jury. It's not like she's some new inexperienced reality contestant that needs to stay on people's good sides. Like, Luke, thank you for the $2. And Melanie, thank you for the 10. Hope Brendan's talking to production lawyers. She's got to be livid. Don't even know how they could let this happen to her. Because they shouldn't let it happen to anybody. The fact that it fell on Rachel is utterly absurd, but it just straight up shouldn't happen, period. Genuinely, if this is like, if you want to make the challenge, fuck off and go make the challenge. Get out of Big Brother. So Ava did win something. So Ava won a competition and Rachel was evicted. Sorry, not evicted, eliminated. Vince chose Lauren. Morgan was pissed. That's her boo. So it went from Vince to Lauren. But Lauren's the HOH. So that must have been a separate thing. What about the it's like you're watching two different shows comment? Yeah, because this isn't Big Brother. I'm pretty sure they were saying Vince because they were saying Morgan was pissed that Vince chose Lauren. And Ashley was saying there's nothing Ava could have done different. I mean, it does sound like it exactly like it was the reindeer games thing. Which honestly makes it worse, if true. Because the entire point of the reindeer games thing is that it wasn't socially based. It was primarily competition based with a little bit of social added. Ashley, please listen to Ava. Don't trash talk the HOH. This was an awful season finale. She's talking about Kelly? They think Kelly's going to use the veto on them? Or they. No, they said veto. They know they need Keanu's vote to evict Morgan. Completely destroys the social structure of the game. Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, it's the entire game has changed. I can't wait for all the stupid people to be like, oh, Taran's only mad because it happened to Rachel. Because they're too dumb to actually look at my tweets and see that I was annoyed about this before that even was the thing. Could it be part of the season agreement with Rachel? There's no way. Martha, thank you for the $20. Thanks for streaming. Sitting alone with his info would have been extra bleak, right? Who did Keanu? We don't know. I assume Vinny picks Lauren, and then Lauren picks. But again, like picking someone is a double-edged sword. You could pick someone, and it could be good or bad. You pick someone, gives them an opportunity to potentially leave if it's the reindeer games thing. So how it worked on reindeer games is sorry, they're actually talking now. What's the chances a twist has a shot to get back in the house? Like I said, I think it seems pretty unlikely. Listen, if you guys are gonna bounce out, may I point you in the direction of my Patreon? We will continue to be doing fun content over on the Patreon. That will hopefully be a bit of fresh air for you. And I will hopefully get this stream working with the audio properly at some point. Oh, where is this Lauren? Or is this Ava? It's Ava. How reindeer games worked is there was the hamster wheel puzzly thing. The first person to compete did the wheel with the most amount of time. The next person to compete had a smaller amount of time, so on and so forth. If you at any point lost, if you didn't do it in time, you were eliminated from the game. It's what happened with Brittany and Danielle. So this is an okay idea for a show like Reindeer Games, which was 4 days and it was mostly about competitions. It's a god awful idea for an actual season of Big Brother for many, many obvious reasons. But the idea is that allegiances and social game don't really matter. It's not a traditional safety chain. It's just gambling. You can choose to try to go early, or you can choose to try to go late and hope that you never have to do it. And you don't know what choice you should make because you don't know what the competition is. Wait, Ava's HOH? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe she just won safety in the thing. There's no, she wouldn't, yeah, there's no way. It's got to be Lauren. They were, Morgan was talking about Lauren nominating her. It can't be Ava. She might just be safe because she won the safety chain competition. Yeah, people are saying that her pictures are there. She could just have, I mean, maybe she got something for, like, got a little basket for winning the safety chain competition because it counted as a mini HOH. Sometimes if you win an HOH in a double, they'll give you your basket. Other people are saying they are just Lauren's pictures. Did I cover both seasons of Devil's Plan on Patreon? Just the second season, but I probably will go back and do the first season at some point. Anyway, the what I'm saying about the reindeer games thing, it's just a big gamble. You don't even know what competition it is, how easy it is, how you'll do at it. So you could like be like, "Oh, put me first," and still lose. So you kind of don't want to go first because you have no idea what it is. Maybe you want to go, yeah, like Xavier almost lost early. Even in the spot where Danielle went out, she like came really close to finishing it. But then again, if you wait too long, then you could end up with the smallest amount of time where it's basically impossible to finish it. So like that's not a reliable strategy anyway. And so it's genuinely just pure dumb luck. That's just it. It's pure dumb luck and how good you are at the competition. There's no real strategy to it. It's all a facade of strategy to feel dramatic. But at the end of the day, it's just hope you're good at the comp. That's really it. That's really just all it is. I saw Zach Werdenberger tweet. Just because Rachel is out doesn't mean the season is over. I'm personally stoked to read who wins. It's so real. He tweeted that last season as well. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have that luxury. I was actually just let me I'm going to give you an impromptu small passage from my book. This is from chapter 4 called Community. And it's about season 6. It's about Kaser and Jennifer. Season 6 was the first season I got into the feeds in any capacity because of Kaser. Um, so I detailed the Kaser and Jennifer saga. And I said, this was the red wedding for Big Brother fans, years before Game of Thrones became the biggest show on television. I was too hurt to continue to follow the rest of the season as closely as I had those few weeks, drifting temporarily back to the safer and more emotionally distant world of just watching the episodes, though I couldn't help but occasionally check back into my newfound addiction. Then a paragraph that you lack context for. I did watch the rest of the season's episodes. I cheered on as Kaser's closest ally, Janelle, won the following HOH and took revenge upon Jennifer, sending her out the very next week. But then I had to watch as the friendship sent out the rest of the Sovereign Six one by one until Maggie herself took home the crown. Big Brother doesn't always have happy endings. In fact, happy endings are pretty rare for the show. But isn't that kind of the point? All right, I'm not ready to hear that right now, Taran. Chill. But just like it honestly, it adds to my frustration because like I was devastated for what happened to Kaser, but it's part of the lore. It feels earned. He screwed up. He tried to cash a check that bounced really hard, and he paid the price on his birthday. And it was devastating. But that's the game. He played the game. This isn't lore. This isn't going to be remembered as a legendary moment. It is forever going to be cemented in the audience's minds as bullshit. That's it. There's no story here. There's no lesson. There's no lore. It's just, oh, Thank you, Tunnel. Catherine, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the robot. I mean, there's yeah, it's just like there's only so much to say at this point. But I think you're the sixth. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it genuinely would have been so much better if Keanu had just put Rachel up or Vince had just put Rachel up, and it would have been part of the story. Hey, Puyo, what's up? We're just mourning. I'm trying to be mad, but I'm really it really is that I'm more just disappointed. Cuz I'm not even surprised, which is the problem. Dusk, thank you. Welcome to the Robot Army. Yeah, Ava's crying. Yeah, Kelly is just so obviously pleased. Hank, thank you for the 15. It's crazy to me how the current nominees this week have 2 opportunities of safety plus strategy while Rachel leaves in 24 hours. Yeah. Cake, welcome to the Robot Army. What in the entire history of fucks are we doing? Not Big Brother. That's what we're whatever we're doing. We're just not doing Big Brother. Kevin, thank you for $5. How far is the season ranking going to plummet on the stock watch on Monday? We'll have to see. Ashley, here's again the thing though is that like you know, obviously we're not sure exactly how it went, but if it was the reindeer games thing, then the order of picking barely matters. It's just a way to like place blame. It's like oh my god, she's still talking about the snake week 1. Again though, if it's like the reindeer games thing, it's like the order of picking really barely matters. Because you could pick somebody because you want them out, or you could pick somebody because you want them to be safe. And both choices may result in that person being eliminated. I just want them to explain what happened. Explain it. Stop just saying it was crazy. Had Vince picked me. Right. Nobody wanted to go first. 6 minutes. How easy it is. So it sounds like it was the hamster wheel. Oh, I see. They're saying because if one of them comes off the block, Keanu has to go up. So it sounds like Ava did not choose Ashley or Morgan because they didn't want to go first because they didn't know what the comp would be like. So how does Vince get chosen if Morgan? Because Vince apparently chose Lauren. Yeah, I guess it's possible Vince volunteered to go first and nobody else wanted to. And then he chooses Lauren. No, if Vince had picked Lauren. Lauren who won? Yeah, it sounds like Lauren did it the fastest, but she still didn't do it in 2:30. HOH was part of it. So Morgan threw. Morgan waited to press her button. And Vince threw also. Vince did pick Lauren instead of her. She asked him to pick her, and he picked Lauren. Valerie, thank you for becoming a robot over on YouTube. Guys, the cheat man's is Rocky. Not only did Vince choose Lauren, but now she's on the block on Lauren's HOH and he's not upset enough. So she asked Vince to pick her. He picked Lauren instead. I don't know who Lauren picked, but eventually Morgan went. We don't know who picked Rachel. Morgan went because she said she waited to press the button. No, I mean you should. If the goal was to take out Keanu, you should not nominate him up front. That just hasn't been the strategy all season because these people don't know how to do strategy. They were cuddling and out. Well, were they though? Because what I'm recalling when the feeds came up was Morgan crying and Vince rubbing her, not mutual. She did hug him for 20 seconds. They said nobody would have been able to do 2:30. If they were taking 30 seconds off, it would have been 6 minutes, 5:30, 4 minutes, 3:30, 3 minutes. Would have been the sixth person to do 2:30, but it sounded like they were saying nobody even tried 2:30. So we know that 3 people went, at least. Vince, Lauren, Morgan. And, well, 4 with Rachel. Eliminated, not evicted. I mean, I think people are hoping, but Tina, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. I don't think everyone went because Morgan was saying that she thought everyone would go, like what happened on Reindeer Games, which is not what happened on Reindeer Games. The implication being that not everyone went. I just saw ratings grab a life fest. There are different tiers to the Patreon. I do apologize to the. I am assuming the audio is still not working over on the Patreon. I won't be able to figure that out now, but I will try to in the future. I'm guessing it has something to do with the stereo audio of the quad feed. I think it like breaks it for some reason. But I'll do some tests for the future. Oh, don't worry, Cheap Mance is back on. I did try switching to just one audio stream. Does your book come with a pitchfork? Thank you, Short. Is Rachel the first player in Big Brother history to leave without ever being on the block and getting no votes to be evicted? Her and the day one evictions. You know, some of the already least popular twists in the history of the show. Sounds like only 4 people played. Vinny, Lauren, Morgan, Rachel. That what time did Yeah, that would mean she had 4:30 on the clock, right? Yeah, that would mean Lauren would have had to pick Morgan. But why is she wouldn't she pick like Kelly or Keanu? They said it took her 4:40? I didn't even hear that. They're complaining about the cheap Manson Morgan. See, this is why like I just can't get behind Morgan as a player, despite the fact that she was a front runner. She said it was good I didn't win after Lauren already won. And then she went on the block and now she's pissed. Oh my God, these players. Morgan was saying she was going to throw. So she knew that Lauren had a faster time than her, than anyone. She went and waited, throwing the HOH to press her button, knowingly giving the HOH potentially to Lauren. And is now nominated, and you know, who knows who the real target is here at this point, but Would I say Lauren is the front runner to win? Honestly? Oh my God, what are they doing? I think we need to know who the real target is here. Obviously, if Morgan is the target, which she should be. What is he doing? So, okay, let's take a look at the board here. Oh boy, I've got to update my graphic. In the event that it's Ashley or Will versus Morgan on the block, there's 8 players, 5 votes. Ava's now talking to Lauren. Keanu and Kelly control the vote. I don't hate you, Vince. I feel like you do. With his arm on the low of her back. So, in the event that Morgan or Keanu is the target here, and it should be Morgan, although really you have to be careful about Keanu. Mark, thank you for the 5. Yeah, Rachel's injury. Morgan and Keanu are both problems. How can we support you and not watch any more of the season? Genuinely. Go to my Patreon. There are, of course, little things along the way, like buying the book and everything. But, like, honestly, I feel like what I'm doing with the Patreon right now is the most kind of like agnostic thing to Big Brother. Obviously, there will be Big Brother stuff there. But in a perfect world, this Patreon is like a way to not be so reliant on Big Brother for producing content, right? And there's all kinds of stuff I want to do on there. Other shows, obviously one of them, Survivor Australia versus the World. Devil's Plan, The Genius, all kinds of stuff like that. But I also want to like, I mentioned this on the Patreon, The Amazing Race, US Survivor when that happens, The Traders when that happens. I also want to like, there's some form of like creating little games for people as well that I would love to do. Whether it's like creating puzzles in a like a Devil's Plan Genius kind of way, or writing some kind of story where people can kind of like role play a game, or I don't know. But there's stuff I want to do there. There's stuff I want to try because I love writing. I wrote the book. I want to keep writing too. So like I said, in my perfect world, um, I can keep writing books, which is hard to do for a living. I can keep creating stuff, writing for Patreon, doing reality show analysis on Patreon. And it's all supported through, like, all of that stuff is supported through the Patreon. That is my perfect world. So genuinely, you could go over there. Um, and give it a shot. So it sounds to me like Ava and Lauren are genuinely talking about preventing Keanu from playing. But here's the thing, that would be the case regardless. Uh-oh. Guys, Lauren is getting scareder and scareder of Keanu. We know what happens when she gets scared of someone. Scareder and scareder of someone. Ava, I signed up for the fucking challenge. I heard something about Vinny today that really scared me. It sounded like they were saying Rachel had plenty of time and just screwed up. Thank you for those jumping on the Patreon. Sorry, Ava's breaking down right now. Teresa, thank you. Vince laughing about how the way Rachel left is probably better for her ego. So what happened just then is that Ava was trying to tell Lauren that she heard that Vince was in on a plan to get Lauren put on the block if the veto was used on him, which is true. Lauren was then trying to explain to Ava that that is true and that it was a fake plan, that Lauren was never actually going on the block. And Ava broke down in tears, like, this is just overwhelming. This is too much. Like, she was like, the thought of that makes me sick. Lauren continuing to explain. She's saying that that's part of the reason she's up right now is because she was willing to use the veto on Vinny if it meant that she went on the block. So just another way that Vince has screwed over his own allies, you know, classic stuff. So Lauren is saying she does want Morgan gone. So here's what I think Lauren is thinking. Morgan, primary target. She was coming for me. It weakens Vince. Keanu remains a big target. Keanu's not after me. That makes a lot of sense. However, she doesn't want Keanu playing in the veto because if Keanu wins the veto and for some reason uses it, she doesn't have a good renum option. She would have to put up Kelly or Vince. Because we're genuinely down to no people, right? There's no other options. Or Ava. At which point, I assume she honestly puts up Vince at that point. Which would obviously not be ideal. In her mind. But I do think that Keanu could genuinely be her backup target as well. Ava going hard to try to convince Lauren to not trust Vince. Anyway, what I was saying was I believe Keanu could be feasibly her backup target because, like, and this is me acting like I'm a rational player trying to imagine what she's thinking. So I could absolutely be wrong. But what she was just saying was she's getting more and more scared of Keanu with everything coming up being so comp related, which she should be. They have gotten to the point in the season where if you have a player like Keanu in the game, it doesn't matter if he's aligned with you. He needs to go at some point and soon. So either Morgan or Keanu leaving this week would be a good result for Lauren. The problem is with Blockbuster, you could find yourself in a situation where they both don't leave. Thank you, Shenanigans. Cancelled Paramount and joined Patreon. I mean, if we're being honest, there are better reasons to cancel Paramount than Big Brother, but, you know, it still works. Okay, this is one of those moments. If I were in the house and Ava were doing this with me, I would think she was trying to manipulate me. Just something about it feels the crying and pointed arguments feel manipulative. Watching it on a screen, knowing Ava, my brain is a lot more open to the fact that this is very likely genuine, especially given that we've seen her alone do these kinds of things. But if I were in the house and I had my sort of like player brain on, I would be so skeptical of this. Not that I'd care much. I mean, like, Ava trying to manipulate me is not going to bother me in the least. It's not going to change anything. That, like, I wouldn't, it would be like, okay, she's either trying to manipulate me or she's not. If she is, kind of good. I want her to be against Vinny. I'd feel better if she was trying to manipulate me. Because if she wasn't, then that means she's, like, still a bit of a wild card and I don't know where she stands. D with $30. Thank you so much. Have I considered that Vince is a meanie and scary? I mean, honestly, there's like, I think that you can see the truth in someone that's trying to manipulate you way more easily than somebody who's not trying to manipulate you, if that makes sense. When somebody's trying to manipulate me, I know what they're doing. You know what I mean? As long as I see it. And I'd like to think I'm pretty good at seeing it. And if I know that they're trying to manipulate me, and I know what they're trying to manipulate me into doing, then I know what their agenda is, and I know where they stand and what they're thinking. But if somebody's not trying to manipulate me, then I don't know what they're thinking and what they want. If they're just hiding things from me and not telling me things, then I can't figure out what they're actually thinking, what their agenda is. And I don't know how to deal with that as easily. Does that make sense? So basically, what it's looking like right now, there is, I would say, a fairly strong connection in a house of 8 people about to be 7. That is Lauren Ava Kelly. One of Keanu or Morgan likely leaving this week, but then you have Ashley Will and you have Vinny Keanu if Morgan leaves. And if Keanu leaves, then it's Vinny Morgan. And so theoretically, the advantage in the game right now should be in the hands, weirdly, wildly, of Lauren Ava Kelly. They're the power group of the game right now. Isn't that weird? Like, if Ava was good at competitions, I'd call it for the 3 of them. But Keanu is good at competitions. He's going to be tough. Who's Keanu looking at, though? Probably still Ashley and Will, which is part of why you probably keep them around. There's a world where Vince is able to weasel his way into like a Final 5, Final 4 with those women, but without Keanu and or Morgan, he doesn't have a lot of leverage. He just needs to pray that he can get Lauren to choose him over those 2 women, which if she does, she's an idiot. And if she doesn't, then he's kind of doomed unless he wins out. Because both Kelly and Ava aren't Vince fans. Mark, do we have any idea how Rachel got evicted? So, best theory right now is Ava wins safety. Nobody wants to go first in the reindeer games hamster wheel. Vince volunteers. Morgan asks Vince to choose her next. He betrays her, picks Lauren instead. Lauren gets the fastest time, becomes HOH. Somehow Morgan goes. I don't know if Lauren picks Morgan or something. Ava just said Rachel did ask to go first. Hold on, I muted them. She said only 3 competed. Did Ava say why she didn't pick Rachel? I'm assuming if she picked Vinny over Rachel, I'm assuming she did so because she felt like it was too dangerous. Because everyone was scared of going first. That would be my best guess. Like, oh, I'd be happy for Vinny to go and it screws him up. She said Rachel touched her? Wait, what does that mean? She said she was annoyed Rachel touched her. Sorry, I keep forgetting. I need to stop doing logical reasoning. Oh, boy. It was Ava, Ashley, Will, Vince. There's no way Will picks Vince. Vince, Lauren, Morgan, Rachel. I mean, so basically, like Lauren has made the same play that Vince did. Not the same, but a similar play. In that she has 2 targets. She's only putting one of them on the block. She's leaving the other one off the block. She's hoping that she doesn't have to show both of her targets, that she's willing to put them up. The problem is that she's now in a situation where if Morgan wins the veto, or if one of her targets doesn't, or if the nominations stay the same, she's in a spot where where the blockbuster could screw her up and send one of Will or Ashley home, which would be a very bad HOA train. It would completely negate everything I was saying about her, Ava, and Kelly being in the driver's seat here. She really needs to make sure that both Keanu and Morgan are on the block on Thursday, so that only one of them can win blockbuster. It is vital to her game that one of them leave. Mark, thank you for the $2. I don't think Rachel will return. It really sounds like what they're saying is that, like, Rachel wasn't even in a bad spot in the order. Like, it sounds like what they're saying is that Rachel actually had a pretty decent spot in the order. She just screwed up the comp. Which is genuinely so much worse. Poor Ashley has to deal with more Morgan. I guarantee you what Vince was trying to do was, I know that if I pick only judges, or if I pick Morgan, she's only going to pick judges. So I have to pick Lauren first to make sure she's safe because she'll get screwed. And then the judges can pick each other, and it leaves out Kelly and Keanu. I guarantee you that was the thought process. And I assume that's what would have happened, but then Rachel accidentally screwed up. Because so probably I assume he told Lauren, I'll pick you, but you have to pick Morgan. Then Morgan, of course, picks Rachel to try to protect Rachel. And then Rachel is chosen because they think it's a good thing, and then screws up the comp. All right, hold on. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You holding up all right? Today was his favorite day of feeds. They're always cutting from his feeds. The stupid human feeds. No. Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing. The hamster wheel is a fairly physical challenge, which is even worse. Okay. Come here. Oh. Wow. Get him, Mike. What do you want to say to the people? Apparently, he wants to give you head rubs. Yeah. No. Uh-oh. If anything happens to the stream, it's Kellis on the keyboard. Hmm. Mildred, thank you for the for becoming a robot over there on YouTube. Just woke up. Thank you for the 5. She wants to be forced to put up. All right. I think we're good here. To rate the feeds this week. As I mentioned before, obviously this is potentially a turning point for some of you in terms of investment in the season. I highly encourage you to check out the Patreon if you're willing at all. I really would like to make that a fun place to do some content that is not Big Brother related. You know, if you really need the palate cleanser, Australian Survivor versus the World, Parvati, Suri, Tony, the finale. I'll have a video on that on Sunday. And of course, you can check out my book. Yeah. Once you're able to read that. The good thing about the book, it's a bunch of stuff that's already happened. It's a bunch of stuff that's already happened, and you can read it packaged nicely in a cool story. sometimes there's space for the live stuff, and sometimes there's space for after the live stuff when we can contextualize it and make it all feel better. But genuinely, if you're able to kick in some support on Patreon, uh, even as the season wraps up and such, that would be awesome. For those of you that already do so on Twitch or now on YouTube, who have bought the book, honestly, like, you know, I can't say I feel like I deserve it, but I appreciate the support. It means genuinely the world to me. This show is up, it's down. It's always been that way. You know, my whole life. It's been a part of my life for basically my whole life. It's something that started as a very secretive, isolated thing. It was my thing. Nobody else. I didn't know anybody else that watched. Years went by. I discovered Joker's updates, the live feeds, opened me up to a bigger world. And then I started podcasting, and it became not just part of my life, but my career. It helped fulfill many dreams of mine. One of them being that, you know, I get to do this as a job. Another being that I got to write a book about the show. And it's so cool that I get to share this now, and that you all find it so valuable that enough of you both have the means and the willingness to help allow this to become my career. And so as always, I'm very grateful. And really excited for what the Patreon will look like over the year. So that's what I got. That's what I got for you. Was that good, Kellis? You want to say bye? All right. Well, of course, I'll be live in the morning. We'll give as much of an update as possible. I'm sure there'll be some more conversations tonight. Steph, thank you for the 14 Canadian. Oh, hello. Here, come here. Come say bye. You want to go to bed, don't you? Sometimes he gets upset if I stay up too late because he wants to go to bed. Yeah? All right, we'll go to bed. All right. Oh. Okay, there go the headphones. All right, anyway, thanks again. I hope the stream helped mitigate some of the annoyance. But that's all I got for you. And I will see all of you
on the update tomorrow.